let's solve this vector product. You know, when we talk about products, we have different products in mathematics and or in physics. We have dot products and we also have vector products. This one is called vector product. I've prepared video on dot product, you can watch it. So another name for vector product is what? Cross product. So we asked that we should find the cross product between these vectors and this vector. Vector A, which is this, and vector B, which is this.
So they have represented vector A and vector B, that is A cross B, to be in this form. But let me explain how they arrive at this form. Now, if you notice vector A, we have A1I plus A2J plus A3K. And vector B, we have B1I, B2J plus B3K. Something is common here and it's also common here, which is what? IJK, IJK. So the first row will be IJK. Okay, so the second row now determines if A come first. If A come first, so the second row will be coefficient of A, and if B come first, the second will be coefficient of B. But since A come first, the second will be coefficient of A, while B next, the second will be coefficient of B. That is, if you look at this coefficient of A, we have A1I, A1I. You know this A1 is under I, so this A1 will be under I. A2 is under J, A2 is under J, A3 is under K, A3 is under K. The same thing come to B again. B1 is under I, that is B1 is for I, B1 is for I, is still under I. B2 is under J, B2 is under J, while B3 is under K, B3 is under K. So that is how they arrive at this. So A cross B can also be represented in this format. So let's break it down.
Okay, so we have vector vector A cross vector B equals to I, this I, J, K. You know, in vector A, we have A1, A2, we have A3. While under vector B, we have B1, that is this, B2, and B3. So this is the format. Now we'll make use of our this. I hope you are familiar with matrices, mathematics. So we make use of this approach to solve it. So in matrices, we say that okay, first thing, the first one is what? I here. So to consider I, I will have now if I do something like this, if I cover this I, what am I left with? You know, this line and this line, where did they meet? They meet at this point I. So if I cover this part, what am I left with? I'm left with A3 B A2 B3 sorry, A2 A3 B2 B3. So I'll be left with A2 A3 B2 B3. Okay. Now the second one, the first one will be plus, the second one will be minus, the third one will be plus. So this one will be minus J. I will no longer write it as plus J, but it will be minus J. This will be minus J slash. So if I cover this, what am I left with? The first one, you cover this. In that second one, you now move to this point. In that third one, you now move it to this point. So if I move it to this point, I'll be left with what? A1, A3, B1, B3. So I'll be left with A1, A3, B1, B3. Close the bracket, plus K. Plus K. Let me repeat this again. The first one, which is I, will be plus, J will be minus. That was why this place changed to minus. The A will be plus. That was why I wrote plus K here. So as I said, the first one I put it here. I take the second one here, right? The third one will be here. What am I left with if I put it on the third one, which is this K? So I'll be left with A1, A2, B1, B2. So I'll be left with A1, A2, B1, B2. Okay. So to solve this, we have our high. This our high into brackets. This is called major. Why this is called minor? Major, minor. So your major, you minus this minor one. So the major one, we have what? A2 times B3. That is A2 times B3. That is, it will give you A2 B3. We use minus this minor. This minor is equal to what? A3, if you multiply this and this together, A3 B2. Okay, close the brackets. So the same thing applicable to this, we have minus J into brackets major. You multiply this major, that is A1 B3 minus this minor. This minor will be A3 times this will be A3 B1. Close the brackets. So the same thing applicable to this one, we have plus K into brackets. This is major, this is minor. So it will be major, that is A1 B2 minus this minor. And this minor is equals to what? A2 times B1. It will give you what? A2 B1. Close the brackets. So this is for our cross products.